guys, it's Uncle Jonah here. Welcome back to another beer review. And I've got my summer hat on because it's definitely summertime. And for some of us, that means we're eating strawberries at Wimbledon, but also we are rowing on the Thames at Henley because it is the time for the Henley Regatta. And I used to row on the Thames when I was at school, long time ago. Although I never was rowing in the regatta, I definitely went there many times. And it ties in with the beer that I'm going to review today, which is this one, Oliver's Island. It's a golden ale. It's by Fuller's, and it comes in at 4.5. It's 4.5% on the ABV. Check out that label. I think that's fantastic. Some people don't like the new branding because Fuller's have gone through a bit of a change of late. Their bottles as well have changed. Slightly easier to rack them and stack them, I guess. I personally like the old bottles, but hey, they'll grow on me. They'll grow on me. Now, if you look down here, that is a picture of a double skull. Well, at least that's what it looks like to me. It's not a pair, not in this game, it's a double. You can ask me down below questions on what's the difference between a double and a pair, and I will tell you. Anyway, we have a lovely neck chief here, and we've got a branded cap which says the name of the beer, and we've got a cross of two blades. You could call them oars, but those in the know will call them blades. And why? What's Fuller's got to do with rowing? Well, it is on the Thames, don't forget. And it says, this smooth, refreshing golden ale takes its name from the island, Oliver's Island, which is 2 miles upriver from the Fuller's Brewery, which rowers glide past every day. And then it goes into, it's a bit of a citrusy summer ale and all blah, 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 that kind of stuff, without telling you what malts are in here or what hops they've used. Let's see if we can work it out. Get my old naked lady, whoa, given to me as a present. And thank you very much, kind sir. Some of you know who gave me that bottle opener, I should say. And he is around. He is around. I speak to him every now and then. But thank you very much for that little prezzy. Try and force a bit of head out of this. This is pouring a lot like a honeydew, which is obviously another Fuller's beer. But look at that colour. Fabulous. Tiny, tiny bit of frosting. I think that's because I've had it in the fridge more than the haze and the actual beer. Let's have a look. But otherwise, it's pretty clear. Not 100% clear. Head-wise, it's gone. What little head there was on there has gone already. Carbonation, not too bad at all. Let's dive in for a bit of a smell. I'm getting, yeah, a little bit of citrus. I'm getting a bit of a sweetness of a malt profile here too. And it's slightly darker. The colour is slightly darker, dear viewer, than the honeydew itself. So think honeydew and then think maybe one shade darker on the colour. It says it uses golden malt, whatever that is. I've never heard of that before. Right, let's dive in. Cheers and beers to all the rowers, all the people at Henley. You might even see this beer. It would not surprise me at all if there was a commercial reason for making this beer. Ooh, a little bit of carbonation up front, that's what I was worried about. Followed instantaneously by fruit. Tastes a little bit. Now, I think we might have some Citra in there. I think we might have some Cascade in there. There's something else. There's another type of hop on the back end. Another kind of New World hop, I feel. But it's not overly prominent. It's like, take a nice pale ale, make it slightly darker, and then add slightly less. It's not an IPA by any means, This is not an American golden ale. And it tastes stronger than it is. 4.5. This tastes easily up to the honeydew 5% sort of range. It's dry, but it's not so dry as, yeah, it's not so dry as, say, a honeydew, and it's definitely got a lot more hops in there. It does have a bit of a residual sweetness, but it's definitely not the same beer. Do not get these two beers confused. This is a lot more hoppy, a lot more substantial, and in my mind it tastes like a stronger ABV, although it's the other way round. It gives you a hearty drink. It gives you something that you think, you know, some substance in your mouth. But there's definitely a kind of citrusy, maybe even a kind of lemony thing going on there. I can't quite put my, pardon me, I can't quite put my mind to. Quite an interesting beer. For a summer beer, for a golden ale, slightly more complex. If you have your friend, as we all do, that likes a nice lager, and maybe they've had the odd honeydew, and they think, oh yes, I like the golden ales because I've drunk honeydew, give them one of these. It will surprise them. This is the influence of hops over, say, something like lager. Fuller's Oliver's Island Golden Ale. I think this is quite a nice beer. However, it's going to be one of those that divides people. It fills a natural gap in the Fuller's range, in my opinion, between a nice pale ale and something more dark. Obviously, you've got the really, really dark ones and the crazy ones like the Golden Pride and that kind of stuff. This one's nowhere near that, but it does have more of a hop presence while still being a little bit less alcoholic. I'm liking this for a number of different reasons. As you all know, I'm not really a hop head. However, I do quite like this beer. I do also like the honeydew, and I think maybe I prefer the honeydew more than this, I have to say. But this definitely is worth a try. There's been Uncle Jonah here reviewing Oliver's Island by Fuller's. I'll hold the bottle up one more time, the Golden Ale, which is reasonably new. It's new in bottles anyway. I believe it was a seasonal beer to start with, and you could get it on draft if you came up London way. But now you can get it in the bottles from your local supermarket. Definitely one to look out for. Anyway, guys, cheers and beers to you. This has been Uncle Jonah. Please click like down below. Please click subscribe, and that way you will find some more of Uncle Jonah's slightly alternative way of thinking on the beer review. Drinking the beers so you don't have to. Cheers and beers, guys. See you real soon. Make sure you get out there in the sunshine. Definitely hop-tastic.